think we're live now. All right, is it live? I think so. Let's go, baby.
Trump has now signed the Epstein Files bill into law, the final step to force the Justice Department to turn over everything it has on Epstein within the next 30 days. Part of the president's lengthy statement, I'll read it here, where he said, quote, Jeffrey Epstein, who was charged by the Trump Justice Department in 2019, not the Democrats, with an exclamation point, was a lifelong Democrat, donated thousands of dollars to Democrat politicians, and was deeply associated with many well-known Democrat figures. The president goes on to write, perhaps the truth about these Democrats and their associations with Jeffrey Epstein will soon be revealed because I have just signed the bill to release the Epstein files. Trump says, as everyone knows, I asked Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and Senate Majority Leader John Thune to pass this bill in the House and the Senate. That, of course, came after he fought the bill, but he concluded with, this latest hoax will backfire on the Democrats just as all of the rest have. Thank you all for your attention to this matter. Of course, this is the bill that the president spent months trying to kill. He is now taking credit for its passage on Capitol Hill after it became clear that it was going to pass at least the House. While it's a moment that so many of Jeffrey Epstein's survivors that you've heard from here on this show have waited so long for, it is notable the president did not mention the women who fought for this bill's passage in his post tonight.
What's up, boo-boo? Hell yeah, we're live, baby. Let's go.
The fact also that the president didn't take the opportunity to sign it today before cameras is notable, given how many bill signings and executive orders he has regularly turned into lengthy Oval Office events and press conferences. We did hear from the Attorney General on this matter earlier. Pam Bondi was asked multiple times how her department plans to handle this process of turning over these materials to Congress, given the massive amount of data on Epstein that the Justice Department has.
Does the new investigation by the Southern District of New York U.S. Attorney prevent the department from releasing all of the remaining files?
So we have released over 33,000 Epstein documents to the Hill, and we'll continue to follow the law and to have maximum transparency.
What are you doing here over the next 30 days as we understand it?
We will continue to follow the law with maximum transparency while protecting victims.
Yeah. When you say follow the law, Madam Attorney General, do you mean that you will provide all the files by 30 days?
We will follow the law. The law passed both chambers last evening. It has not yet been signed, but we will continue to follow the law, again, while protecting victims, but also providing maximum transparency.
Now, Attorney General Bondi declined to give any explanation on how the plan to follow the law is any different from what the department has been doing already, especially given it was just 2 months ago when the FBI director told Congress this about those same Epstein files in their possession.
We have released where President Trump's name's in the Epstein files and everybody else, and all credible information that we are legally allowed to release has been released. Pursuant to Mr. Acosta's collection of information based on the search warrants, that's all we have in our possession.
And I'm asking you, that stuff.
That's all we got. We are releasing as much as legally allowed. We are providing everything we can legally provide.
The Attorney General did try to explain why, just months after her department declared that there was no evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. She announced those very investigations that President Trump demanded last week.
What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads.
That would seem to differ from what the president has been saying over the course of the last few months, as his team has been trying to make the entire Epstein saga go away.
It's really a Democrat hoax. It's a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole Epstein thing is a Democrat hoax. I call it the Epstein hoax.
I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring.
The whiplash over Trump, Bondi, and Patel's hyping and then downplaying and then hyping again the Epstein investigations is even being felt by some of the president's biggest supporters in MAGA.
I heard it's a hoax. And then all of a sudden, he's going to release the files. Well, I thought there was no files.
Man.
He wants an investigation now.
Listen.
Like, what is going on?
This is the end of the Trump administration. This is the beginning of the lame duck presidency. It's obvious to everyone he will trail off. He will get older. He's adorned the White House in gold. Epstein's going to suck the oxygen out of a lot of this.
I want to start tonight with CNN's senior justice correspondent, Evan Perez, who is among those questioning the attorney general today. And Evan, I think she said multiple times they're going to follow the law. What stood out to you being inside that room today with Pam Bondi?
I think the whiplash that they are feeling in that building, because they really have stuck their necks out to try to defend the president in the sense that, they've gone out and they said there's nothing to see here. We've closed the books. And then they were trying to persuade members of Congress. You reported this, right? Lauren Boebert and among others.
To strong-arm them.
Yes, that's another way to say it. But certainly they were there to persuade them to say, look, if there's stuff you want to see and for us to brief you on, we're here to do that. And then, the president goes out and says, we want a new I want another investigation. And they do that. And then he sort of pulls the rug from out of under them on Sunday by saying, okay, now vote for this bill that he was using the Justice Department all along to try to fight. So they are feeling the whiplash, and now they're kind of left in a very difficult place. Pam Bondi is now, obviously there is an investigation, and so she has to navigate how to release documents within those 30 days that they're going to comply with the law, but also satisfy the rules that are, you cannot release documents that may be relevant to an ongoing investigation.
Well, and so the president signed it today. 30 days from today would be December 18th. And so do we have any idea what the Justice Department's game plan is in terms of what they're going to release if they have more than 300 gigabytes of data and material?
Well, one of the things that we know is that some of the documents have already been redacted. So for instance, to remove the names of victims, anything that would harm victims has already been done. The big question is, can they release documents related to some of the uncharged people who associated with Epstein, but who are not accused of any wrongdoing? There is a law that is supposed to protect their privacy, and so that's kind of the big difference here. Some of the documents, the kind of things that you saw this week that were released by the Democrats, right? And obviously Larry Summers is an example of what happens. Those people still associated with Epstein, even though he had been convicted in Florida, continued to communicate with him. They're not accused of any wrongdoing. And so now all of those communications, I think, are fair game to be released.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because I think Mike Johnson was one of the leading voices saying that other people could get swept up in this, potentially just be embarrassed by this. I mean, Larry Summers, it's reporting tonight, he's not going to be teaching at Harvard anymore while he's under investigation. That's according to the Harvard Crimson. But, I mean, that is exactly what the president is pointing to in his very lengthy post tonight, as he's saying, this is going to be way worse for Larry Summers and for Democrats than for me. I mean, he seems to want that information to come out.
Well, yeah. I mean, we don't know, because there are going to be mentions of President Trump in these additional documents. We know.
What's up, State Line? And Roman the Great, bro. Good question. He says, you think Kid Sniffer here? Let me just put this up. Does that come up on your screen? It should. Yeah, there you go. He says, you think Kid Sniffer Biden is in the files? Dude, we're all wondering who the hell is in the files, bro. It's going to be nuts.
That is actually one of the problems here for him.
We heard a lot about Hakeem Jeffries, and we already know the guy himself from the president of Harvard came out. All kinds of stuff going on.
But the issue is, are there other people who, again, have not been credibly accused of any wrongdoing, and do their lives get upended in that? And you could argue, right, that if you knew he was a convicted sex offender and you continued to associate with him, then what happens, you knew what was going to happen eventually.
Yeah. Evan Perez, thank you for that reporting. We'll see what the Justice Department does now that 30-day clock is ticking.
Yep. There you have it. Let's go.
White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy Stephen Miller summed it up pretty well. Democrat lawmakers are now openly calling for insurrection. Stephen Miller joins me now to expand on that thought. It truly is an incredible video, Stephen, and one that you see as insurrection.
It is insurrection, plainly, directly, without question.
Dude, I'm glad to hear State Line. I tried a different method today, and that's what took me so long. That's why I'm on so late. Normally, I try to be on earlier, but I did a new method, so I'm glad it's working, bro.
And when you have one of the lawmakers on that video being unable to state in, as you say, lengthy cross-examination, a single so-called illegal order, it just proves the point. It's a general call for rebellion from the CIA and the armed services of the United States by Democrat lawmakers, saying that you have not only the right, but the duty and the obligation to defy orders of the commander-in-chief, that those who carry weapons in America...
Dude, Let Freedom Rings TDS is hitting hard right now, dude. He was on earlier this morning for our stream and quickly came back, bro. Came back for more. TDS is a hell of a thing.
America's name should defy their chain of command and engage in open acts of insurrection that the CIA, the clandestine service, which isn't even legally authorized to operate in the United States, should engage in, again, acts of rebellion and insurrection. These lawmakers should honestly resign in disgrace and never return to public office again for even daring to think, let alone to say these words and to say them proudly. But it shows what a dangerous moment we're in. We have seen the Democratic Party nurse the flames of violence and insurrection against the federal government for the last 10 months. When you see this continuous campaign of violence against ICE officers and Border Patrol agents, when you see Democrat sanctuary politicians and Democrat sanctuary governors side with the rioters, side with the assaulters over federal law enforcement, and that spills even into juries and grand juries, when you see Democrat jurors engage in nullification to let off violent attackers who are engaging in physical violence, physical assault against federal officers. This is a dangerous moment. You have a political party, an organization, the Democrat Party, and their message is that any action, no matter how unlawful, no matter how dangerous, no matter how much it threatens constitutional order, is justified if it keeps Democrat policies in effect at any cost.
They would like you to believe it's simply a reminder to our uniformed military that they do not have to obey illegal orders, something that you would think that the military does not need a reminder. They know that their oath is to the Constitution.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Whole Foods Laura says go to bed. It's 9 p.m. Nah, we just getting warmed up.
All right.
Let's go.
So Congress voted to release the Epstein files, and now the bill is on Trump's desk alongside a Diet Coke, a nameplate that says world's best president, and a photo of his favorite talk show host. Yeah. The Senate voted unanimously, and the House 427-1, which means one guy is having an awkward day. I think we have a picture of the whole.
Yo, what up, Ash Rose?
Doubt. Now, so unlike Ilhan Omar's wedding pictures, these documents are going to be public. But what does this vote really mean? Besides a few people suddenly booking one-way flights to Cuba. Democrat Rep. Stacey Plaskett may just have given us a preview. She was caught colluding with Epstein to hurt Trump during a hearing, and she's still on the House Intel Committee. Well, that's probably a coincidence, like when I'm always clearing my browser history before my wife comes home. But watch as one lying dope tries to play down her crimes.
They want to give them another headline, which is that they've arraigned a Democratic member for taking a phone call from her constituent, Jeffrey Epstein, in the middle of a hearing. And of course, I don't think there's any rule here against taking phone calls in a hearing.
Hi.
Oh, okay. So Jeffrey Epstein was her constituent.
Yeah.
That's like calling OJ your marriage counselor. But there's more, because the great thing about Dems, their plans for Trump always blow up in their faces. Or
bro, she just
pants.
showed up. She just showed up with In-N-Out, bro. We're doing it dirty today. Look at that. Oh, wow. Boom, dude. Look at that. Oh, dude. With fries and all, dude. We're making it nasty today.
Like when Schumer was asked why we didn't hear about the files when Biden was in office, his answer is pure idiot gold.
Why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding?
Seems like he answered a totally different question. You know, like when my writers ask why their paychecks are late, and I reply, this is my pet Doberman, and he bites complainers. Still, just like the Russian collusion hoax, some think it could spell the end of Trump.
His body language is so extraordinary. I wonder if this is the event, the kind of singularity or the apex kind of predator, and that is people start fleeing from him.
I think I don't know. I feel like we're going to have President J.D. Vance by the end of 2026. I get it, but he is the vice president.
You think this ends his presidency prematurely?
Yes. He'll be sick. He'll be that. Yeah. I do. I think he's not going to make it to the end. Be careful.
Imagine, bro. They had Biden, and they said not a single word. Now we got Trump doing circles around every Democratic leader, and they're talking like this.
My God, those two combined couldn't make one brain. What did he say? He said singularity, apex predator in the same sentence. They don't even mean the same thing, you weirdo. I'm thinking this prediction will age worse than that Bruce Jenner.
What up, Random?
Book, I Will Never Become a Woman. Okay, he's basing this on body language. These are the same people who somehow miss Joe Biden's body language. He tumbled down 2 flights of stairs and they'd call it rhythmic gymnastics. But already the Dems must have regrets. Obama official Larry Summers says he's leaving the public eye after emails revealed he took advice from Epstein on picking up chicks. What's next for him? Getting travel tips from the 9/11 hijackers? I knew it would hit. Hakeem Jeffries now must explain why he begged for money from Epstein after being convicted as a sex offender. And Jasmine Crockett actually claimed Lee Zeldin received money from Jeffrey Epstein, neglecting to point out it's a different Jeffrey Epstein. But Crockett's deliberate error points out the risk of this document dump. It's not about the emails, it's about what the Dems and the media will do with them, as they happily put the guiltless in the crosshairs. People will be punished for their proximity, like a small village when Joy Behar does a cannonball. Now, oh, thank you. Now, I bet you're wondering, am I in these emails? To be fully transparent, I should tell you I am. But I want you to see them here first so you don't get surprised and are disgusted and you lose your trust in me. So here's the first one. Hey, Jeffrey, you know, I think this sex trafficking ring is bad. B-A-D. And those aren't my cufflinks you found in the hot tub. Here's another one. Jeffrey, yeah, I'll take a rain check coming to your island. I'm busy teaching piano lessons to sick orphans. I apologize for these. The last one, Jeffrey, I am not interested in your little romps. As always, I only have eyes for my faithful wife of 20 years, who I call my guiding light. She's my everything. And that wasn't me who clogged the toilet on the Lolita Express. So, pretty sure that's all there is. But if this were, yeah, for today, if this were a real Trump scandal, you would have gotten him already. It's the Dems who should worry. And do you think the Dems or the media hold any credibility after the Joe Biden cover-up or the collusion hoax, which flooded the zone with absurd rumors? The media ate it up, telling us daily that the walls are closing in, and it turned out to be nothing. So remember who you're dealing with. It's why people elected Trump the most transparent president in history. Literally. He holds more press conferences than James Carville sheds skins. Trump made releasing these files part of his campaign. And one thing is clear, the public wants sunlight, which could mean a rainy day for Democrats. Let's welcome tonight's guest. This steel is so sharp she moonlights as a Ginsu knife. Host of the Sage Steel Show, Sage Steel. Kids kids are always pointing at him and saying, "That's him, mommy." Host of Jim Norton Can't Save You, comedian.
Let's run. Let's keep running this.
Time with us. Slotkin's new insurrectionists. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, it's official. Other than maybe John Fetterman, there are no serious people left in today's Democratic Party. Only those who are so obsessed still with ousting Trump that they'll risk burning down our entire constitutional system to do it.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath
to protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders. Your vigilance is critical.
And know that we have your back. Don't give up the ship.
Now, let's be clear. They're playing games with one of the gravest outcomes for our country. A military uprising or coup against a duly elected president. Of course, being the frauds that they are, many of these same Democrats and others have accused Trump of doing exactly what they're tiptoeing toward right now.
Donald Trump does not back the blue. He backs the coup.
The president incited an insurrection.
There was an attempted political coup organized by the President of the United States.
January 6th was the culmination of an attempted coup.
An element of the Republican Party believes their political viability hinges on the endorsement of an attempted coup.
And Senator Slotkin, who thinks a lot of herself, tried to justify turning the military against the White House with a series of empty left-wing talking points.
Trump is following the same playbook as almost every authoritarian in history. And from everything we've seen so far, the Caribbean strikes, the list of domestic terrorists, military and law enforcement deployments across our American streets, he seems to be laying the groundwork to stay in power. Elections, therefore, could be canceled, or if they happen, he could surround polling places with military and federal law enforcement to intimidate voters. Trump could use the
Bro, these guys are out of their mind. What's up, Raj? W. Raj in the chat. And what else we got going on, dude? What else is happening over here? Sean says, Dems don't seem to say much about Clinton when speaking of Epstein. Delusional as fuck, bro. Yeah, for sure. Again, we said it before, bro. It's not, and it has nothing to do with justice for the victims. It's pure just going after Trump. Trump. Orange man bad. TDS, it just hits, bro.
IRS to make it impossible for Democrats to fundraise.
First, these are all lies, every last one of them. Second, even if they weren't lies, the proper remedies for Congress to challenge the president's decision-making is either through the courts, and they're certainly doing that, impeachment, and they'll try that again, or the ballot box. Better luck next time. But Alyssa and Mark are writing their own rules and playing a very dangerous game here. There are two things that are true here. Number one, the president has no constitutional authority to use the military as his own personal army to rule the country and to then stay in power. And number two, the army must obey the legitimate commands of the civilian commander-in-chief elected by the American people.
Ferguson in the chat is absolutely right. He says Democrats on to the next BS scheme. Always, bro. Always one thing to another, and you can never call them out on anything because they transition and they basically give up who they were yesterday, and now they're a whole new person today. They were all that stuff with BLM and then Free Palestine, all the woke stuff. Everything's gone. You know, they transition their genders, and if you call them out on something, that thing that they were yet, they're like, oh, that's not me. I'm a whole new person now. You know, so you can't even call them out or anything, bro. There's zero responsibility, and it's always a new thing. The new thing now is what they call it's socialism. They call it democratic socialism. We know what it is. It's socialism, Marxism, communism.
Now, members of the armed forces are not policymakers. They don't make decisions in the moment about whether they like an order or whether they think it's legal. It's just not how it works. And it's a fact that General Mark Milley seemed to have forgotten when he reached out to reassure the Chinese, remember back in October of 2020, about what would happen after the election. He tried to explain himself to Congress.
With respect to the Chinese calls, my task at that time was to de-escalate. My message again was consistent. Stay calm, steady, and de-escalate. We are not going to attack you.
A lot of white rage there. Well, encouraging the military to think of itself basically as an independent force, not constrained by civilian rule, the president, that's tantamount to encouraging an insurrection. The fact that Democrats can so cavalierly encourage military members to actively defy their commander-in-chief, that just demonstrates that they're either too stupid to know they're encouraging rebellion or they're actively trying to encourage rebellion.
They are actively trying to do anything they can, bro. They'll do anything they can, and they will take no responsibility. Even if you call out their own leaders, they're going to say, oh, they don't even, dude, they cancel and they discard. They actually discard all their leaders. You say anything about Clinton, they already discarded Clinton. You saw them in the chat just now. They're like, Clinton, who's Clinton? We don't care about him anymore. Right now, if you say something about Chuck Schumer, they're like, oh, we don't like Chuck Schumer. You say something about Hakeem Jeffries, they're like, oh, we don't care about him anymore. You can never actually call them out. You can never actually make them accountable. There's no such thing. They don't even know what it feels like. They grew up in a world with zero accountability.
And that's blood in the streets. And who then controls the nukes, by the way? This woman? Now, if any member of Congress believes that the military should regard and disregard an order from President Trump, well, either now or they should have in the past disregarded an order from President Trump, then that member of Congress needs to come on television, this show or another, and cite the statute or the constitutional provision that has been violated. If they cannot or will not do that in any convincing manner, then they're playing with fire and putting our entire constitutional system at risk. And it's all being done simply to score a few political points.
The bottom line, bro, is you got to just keep doing what you're doing. You got to do what's right. And that's what we're doing. We do what's right. That's what Trump does. He already knows, dude. He's like, dude, they make a bunch of noise. And you just got to keep doing the right thing. And the American people will see through it. And they did. They voted last year. We voted for it. And he's doing what we voted for. And it's working. You know what I'm saying? That's how this country works. They had nothing, bro, in the election last year. They had nothing. They had no policy, no plans, nothing. And Trump stuck to the plan. He did what he knew was right, and it worked. And that's the bottom line. All this crazy bullshit for them is not going to work.
Now, of course, Slotkin is getting huge blowback and answered her critics on X, saying this is the law passed down from our founding fathers to ensure our military upholds its oath to the Constitution, not a king. Wow. This is a hateful woman who's only out for her own political brand. Last spring, her bitterness about a second Trump term was on display for all to see.
We're about to turn 250 years old, right? We're still pretty young for a country. These are our like our angry teenage years, right? We are going through.
Oh, that's a good question. Poen says, what is the Republican plan for healthcare? That's a great question. I can't wait till Republicans start working on healthcare, man. I'm really looking forward to that. Need to do something about this not so affordable healthcare that we have.
This push and pull where we're happy, we're sad, we want this, we want that. And what do you do when you have a teenager who's threatening themselves and others? You just try to get them through this period alive so that their brain can fully form.
I wonder if she practices being that self-righteous and condescending. Does she practice that every day or in front of a mirror? I hope not.
W. Ash Rose, hell yeah, we just got to keep doing what we're doing and do what's right. You know, it's as simple as that. You know, there are many issues that are what they call 80-20 issues. I mean, you had the entire Biden and Kamala, campaign running up to that election. They didn't talk about affordability once. They didn't talk about inflation. They didn't talk about immigration. They didn't talk about the border. They didn't talk about crime. They didn't talk about anything that people actually cared about. And they doubled down on things that people don't care about. It's crazy to see.
Now, this military uprising idea is just another bad act by bad actors and a bad play. Their lines are stale and they're unconvincing. Again, the real threats to democracy are in their party, nudging us toward this military coup, their opposition to voter ID, universal mail-in ballots, of course, vulnerable to fraud, trying to strip Trump's name off the ballot, by the way, defeated unanimously by the Supreme Court. And naturally, Slotkin got that one wrong as well.
Would you be comfortable with a court, not voters, with a court making that decision?
Colorado obviously knew what they were doing when they put this case together. They're trying to push to have this metered out in federal court, and now it will be. It makes sense. Frankly, in Colorado, we've got similar cases going on here in Michigan and other states to let the courts meter this out.
Meter this out? I don't know what she's talking about. It got goose-egged at the court, sweetheart.
Alexander Brandt says he is not doing what he promised. Open your eyes, fool. Hey, fool. He's doing exactly what he promised, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. We voted for him, and he's doing the actual things we voted for, and this country is working as it should. It's a beautiful thing. When it works as it should, it's a beautiful thing. But when it doesn't, and you have some lame duck Biden, sitting at the Oval Office with his feet up, snoozing. It's pretty sad, bro. Where were you guys when the dude was MIA, gone?
These people are shameless. No.
When the guy was pardoning all his family members for the last 13 years and doing all this crazy shit they did. They were gone, bro. You guys were gone. Crickets. Didn't hear a word.
No wonder their members think that they can do anything, any undemocratic act with impunity. And that was what hard-left Congressman Chuy Garcia must have thought when he received a vote of disapproval.
Who's racist? The Democrats are the ones that are racist. Yeah, you're right. You're talking about the Democrats? Exactly. The Democrats are the racist ones, bro. They're the ones that are trying to do all these programs for all these other people of color and minorities because they feel like these people are not good enough. They can't help themselves, so they have to create programs for them. They're called DEI.
Approval after his sleazy move to bypass the voters to slip in his chief of staff to replace him. There's another anti-democratic move by the defenders of democracy. So these are unserious, dangerous people. They care about one thing, raw power. They will do anything, say anything to convince you in the midterms and the next presidential election to trust them.
Good Epstein here. All right, so they dropped this bomb, they release all these emails, and it looks like it blew up in their face. More information is going to come out in about 30 days or so. What is that? The flight manifests, the FBI investigative files, what?
Yeah, the transcripts for the depositions that Epstein did, the transcripts that Maxwell did, as well as the survivors or the witnesses, they had to give depositions in order to convict Jeffrey Epstein. So all of those transcripts are the main documents that are left out there. But I have to say this, Jesse, there were 3 or 4 months ago, the Democrats were screaming, release the documents, release the documents. There were 2 batches of documents. They were talking about the Department of Justice documents, and they were talking about the estate documents, the Epstein estate. So I subpoenaed the Epstein estate documents. That wasn't in the discharge petition. We're doing an investigation oversight. We want the truth. I think the American people want the truth, and we want to provide justice for the victims. So I subpoenaed the estate, and lo and behold, you saw with the last batch of documents that came in, there were emails that implicated Democrats. 2 Democrat members of Congress, Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, his campaign was soliciting funds from Epstein, even told him they would meet privately with Epstein if he would make a big enough donation. And then you saw Stacey Plaskett communicating with Epstein to try to hurt Donald Trump. And think about this, a few months after that communication between Plaskett and Epstein, Jamie Raskin named Stacey Plaskett as an impeachment manager. So she was an impeachment manager in Congress, and she was communicating and colluding with Jeffrey Epstein to try to take Donald Trump down. I think that shows there was no relationship with Trump and Epstein, once Trump learned many, many years ago that Epstein was a scumbag.
Literally, bro, that's exactly what happened. He found out he's a scumbag. He's like, bro, get the hell out of here. And that's how it went down. And we got Tigress in the chat says, Democrats will do anything to regain power except improve their 16% rating approval. Yep.
All right. And we're just hearing that Trump has signed the Epstein Act. And I guess 30 days from now, I can't really do the math without a calendar, but they're coming. Thank you very much for all your work, Mr. Comer. We appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
You hear that? Cha-ching.
Under the Trump administration, America is back and America is open for business. In 4 long years, Joe Biden secured less than $1 trillion. In 9 short months, I've secured $18 trillion to rebuild our factories, create hundreds of thousands of jobs, and bring back those beautiful words, made in America.
The trade deficit's shrinking, the GDP's growing, and you hear that giant sucking sound? We flipped it. All those jobs are being sucked back into America.
We just took a picture backstage with some of the great...
What is Alexander talking about? People are starving in America? Why are people starving in America?
business leaders and some of the great people, friends of mine from your country, and beautiful picture. And while we were taking the picture, I said, could you make it 1.5 trillion?
I love it.
So he's got something to think about.
The Saudis went from fist bumps with Biden to cash dumps with Trump. That'll produce jobs, jobs, jobs.
GE Aerospace will soon be delivering dozens of new airplane engines for 787 Dreamliners in Saudi Arabia's commercial fleet. Big order. It was a big order just secured. Every new job and every new factory created by these announcements builds up our middle class and really strengthens the industrial backbone of America.
Soon the whole world's going to be boarding 787s to come kiss the ring of the king. Just kidding. No kings. And
In and out,
back
baby.
champagne in the big, beautiful
In and out.
ballroom. Because last night's soiree in the teeny-weeny East Room was a little too cramped for these ballers. The dinner was so hot, the prince left his tux at the embassy.
Someone told me that there is in some of the bidding sites that they are bidding on me wearing black suits, and if you bid on me wearing black suits, I'm coming here with the black suits, they're gonna get almost 17x. So I want to tell them, sorry, you lose the bid. Maybe next time.
Big Balls wasn't there, but the next best thing was Ronaldo.
This room is loaded up with the biggest leaders in the world, business, sports. You know, my son is a big fan of Ronaldo, wherever Ronaldo is here. Ronaldo. And Barron got to meet him, and I think he respects his father a little bit more now, just the fact that I introduced you.
Ronaldo got a tour of the White House. I'm sure after Trump showed him the B-2 bomber models in the Oval, he took him into the alcove where Clinton and Lewinsky played hacky sack. And guess who else was there? Elon Musk. It's been a minute. Ronaldo took a selfie with him during cocktails. Trump said, "What's up, Musk?" when he rolled into dinner. I wonder if Elon crashed in his old office like the good old times back in the Doge days before Elon said Trump was in the Epstein files.
It's about time him and Trump made up, dude. That's awesome. I'd love to see that. Dude, no lettuce wrap, bro. This is a In-N-Out 3x1 burger. 3 patties, 1 a slice of cheese. It's a 3x1. Solid, dude. Good choice.
I guess he was kind of right, but not in that way. But either way, water under the bridge.
They got the worst policy. I don't talk about it too much because if I talk about it, they might change. I tell people, don't talk about it. Wait till 2 weeks before the election and hit the hell out of them. Right? We talked about that, right, Elon?
So the boys are back? Maybe. Trump still wants to hear one more thing.
We're giving them a deduction on the interest if they buy one of a nice Tesla car.
Look at this.
Borrow the money. You're so lucky I'm with you, Elon. I'll tell you, you are. Has he ever thanked me properly? But I'm giving them a deduction. Now, Elon would.
WTT Taka from Instagram. In and out is choice, dude. It's solid, bro. New subscriber. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. Good looking out, dude. Hell yeah. It is. Sorry. Damn, the salt from the fries are getting in my throat. New subscriber Jeremy Harris. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Good to have you, dude. Love you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Hell yeah.
Like
Let's
to
go.
have it differently. A deduction.
It is animal style. It's a 3x1, 3 patty, 1 slice of cheese, 3x1 animal style from In-N-Out, baby. Let's go.
Only if you buy a Tesla, right?
Trump's not here to make war, just money. He only hates people who keep him from making it, like the Fed chair. Too late, Jerome. Trump wants him axed. And he asked Bessent to be the hatchet man.
The only thing Scott's blowing it on is the Fed. Because the Fed, the rates are too high, Scott. And if you don't get it fixed fast, I'm going to fire your ass.
Trump has a soft side, too. It breaks his heart when you go green.
Some of these countries that are losing their ass, we have countries that are going bankrupt because they're putting windmills all over the place. You're supposed to make money with energy, not lose money.
Money is Trump's favorite.
I love it, bro. Dude, he's talking to Elon. Elon, he didn't thank me, didn't properly thank you. Dude, he's talking shit to these guys at the Fed. Dude, he's just going on and on, bro. The windmill, and whoever's running these windmills, he's right, bro. You're supposed to make money doing it. You're supposed to make energy, not give it up.
Favorite word. But the P word's clocking in at a close second. Peace. A peace agreement between Russia and Ukraine could come as soon as this week. Axios reports Witkoff hammered it out with Moscow and hinted Ukraine better take it. The White House says, as for the rest of Europe, we don't really care about the Europeans. So diplomatic. Trump's doing so much for peace that we have Nicki Minaj speaking at the United Nations.
I would like to thank President Trump for prioritizing this issue and for his leadership on the global stage and calling for urgent action to defend Christians in Nigeria.
Nikki's ultra mega. You know who else is? Toyota. The Toyota CEO showed up to a NASCAR event in Japan rocking a Trump Vance shirt and a MAGA hat. Kind of weird, but the whole world's somehow America first. And America, just like McDonald's, we're loving it.
Approve of Trump on foreign policy at this point in term one. Look, Donald Trump was just at a 35% approval rating, up like a rocket. We're talking about 43% now. That's an 8-point rise. On the net approval rating, we're talking about a double-digit rise. The American people like much more of what they're seeing from Donald Trump in foreign policy in term two.
The country knows we have a fighter in the Oval. Trump's not going to the octagon. They're bringing the octagon to him.
The card that people expect to be at the White House. That's what I'm going to put together.
So it's going to be packed.
Trump versus Biden. It's always about the fans. What do the fans want to see and what would get everybody excited? I mean, the fighters are literally going to walk from the Oval Office.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a fighter, they're going to walk from the Oval Office.
Wow, bro.
Yeah. Why don't they pass a couple executive orders?
Wow, bro.
Fighters in the Oval. Teddy Roosevelt would be.
Bro, did you just see his watch? I just saw his watch. It's an FP Journe. Dude, look at this dude's watch right here. Hold on. Let me back this up. Look at this right here. Let me zoom in so you can see this. Hold on. Look at this watch, bro, right here. This watch, I think, is a good, I think it's like 300, 400K. Let me see how I can zoom in here. 1 second, dude. 1 second here. 1 second. Let me zoom in on this dude. This dude's watch right here that you're seeing on your screen is literally an FP Journe. And I can't zoom in. It's not letting me zoom in. Let me see here. Yeah, right here. Dude, that piece with the dial off to the side right there, that sucker is a solid, I think. And Andrew Skriner says 500K. Yeah, I think it's like 300-400K for this one, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Fighters in the Oval. Teddy Roosevelt would be so proud. Biden thought he was a fighter, but he spent more time fighting a cough. The country...
It's not as much as this one. I mean, this one is not as much as that one. But that one is some serious money, bro. So that's a sick FP.
Loves fighters. Always has. The Democrats know it, and they're not even in the ring.
Democrats, if we are going to deal with the onslaught from the White House, need to A, have a plan, and B, get a little more alpha energy into our leadership. Okay, a little more.
I said it before, I'll say it again, bro. These Democrats, they sucked the masculinity out of their men in their party, turned them into betas. Beta male. They're all beta males, dude. And yeah, bro. Now they're out here trying to tell they have a woman, Democrat woman, trying to explain about alphas. Here we go. You can't make this shit up, bro. W Boo Boo, I know a little bit about watches. Yeah, for sure. I would love to trade them, dude. Hell yeah. Astro says crazy. I've always loved watches, but 350K, dang, yeah, it's legit. It's
more alpha energy.
The Democrats don't fight for Americans. They fight Trump or they fight each other. Van Jones is getting cannibalized.
I'm here on behalf of the 10 tons of babies. Save us, you
This one's nuts, bro. This one's not bad. These guys are going crazy here, dude. Look at that. The Dems lost. I'm telling you, bro. They sucked all the masculinity out of their men, and their men are just running around like chickens with their heads cut off, bro. It's just nuts. They're going crazy.
Oh God.
But this is this one here, dude. Look, this is a pretty cool, nice little rose gold, little Piaget. Not bad.
Democrats need to fix their party before they fix the country. Trump made it rain in Saudi Arabia with money and had dinner with Musk, Ronaldo, and Mrs. Ronaldo. And Nicki Minaj is our new UN ambassador. Kamala couldn't even sell herself. No way she could sell America. All can she sell is a book about how she lost.
We're here with Auntie Madam Vice President in Nashville. So excited for tonight's book talk.
It's great to be back with you, Justin. The power's with the people. Everybody make sure you vote.
Kamala took a break from her DEI book tour and hit the campaign trail. No one asked her.
W. Andrew, bro. Andrew says, I love green watches. Well, I got two, bro. I got two really nice green watches. The one I'm wearing is one of them. I got another one that's insane. It's a one-off, custom-made, really nice piece.
To campaign in Virginia and New Jersey and New York. So she grabbed the bullhorn like Reverend Al and went buck wild in Tennessee.
Who's the power with? The people! The power with? The people!
Is Kamala ready to get back inside that octagon and trade blows with Greasy for the nom? Or is she still unburdened by what has been?
With all that you know to be possible, all that you know can be, unburdened, as you know I say, by what has been, but seeing what can be.
Kamala's new line, 107 days wasn't enough time.
Was 107 days just not feasible in terms of what you had to do?
It wasn't enough time.
Plain and simple.
It wasn't enough time, yeah.
Kamala.
She has no idea what she's even thinking or talking about. She just they just teach her some words and she says them and then repeats them, bro. It's insane. It wasn't enough time. He's trying to get a little more out of you to talk to you a little bit, and she just it wasn't enough time. It wasn't enough time. Yeah, he's trying to get you to elaborate, but she can't elaborate. And that's what they were saying before, though. Here's the thing: is it was. The more time, if they gave her more time, it would be even worse. She would lose by an even bigger margin. Insane. Alexander in chat talking shit. He says you got a nice watch, and people are I don't know. He said they're starving or something like that. I think he's a socialist, right? A communist. He wants to put his hands in my pocket, take something out of my pocket, and give it to other people. Bro, get off your ass and go work and do something. You want to go and help people that are in need? Then get off your ass and go help them, bro.
Was VP for 4 years.
Yeah, do your part. Let's go.
107 days was enough. Donors lost $2 billion. With Trump, we scored $18 trillion. Now, I'm not that great at math, but America won.
Want even more Fox News on YouTube? Become a Fox News
Let's go. Let's go.
And welcome to Hannity. Tonight we begin with this Fox News alert. Breaking moments ago, President Trump just announced that he has agreed to meet with New York City's incoming mayor, as we affectionately call him, Zoran Marxist Kami Mamdani. This meeting.
Hell yeah, bro. That's what I'm talking about. W. Joshua, bro. It says America, bro. Let's go, baby.
Meeting will take place this coming Friday in the Oval Office. That's going to be about as much watch TV as you can ever imagine.
I'm gonna live stream that shit, bro. That's gonna be nuts. Let's go.
Interesting to say the least, given the president's very blunt remarks about Mamdani's political extremism. Hey, Sean Hannity here.
Yeah, dude.
All right. So Congress voted to release the Epstein files, and now the bill is on Trump's desk alongside a Diet Coke, a nameplate that says "World's Best President," and a photo
I'll take a Diet Coke right now, dude.
of his favorite.
I'm going bad, bro. It's already like Thanksgiving time, bro. You guys, is anybody else in Thanksgiving mode already or what?
Talk show host.
I'm having In-N-Out. I haven't had In-N-Out in like, what, 2 weeks? I'm having it right now with you guys, bro. Let's go. I guess it's our little Friendsgiving right now.
The Senate voted unanimously, and the House 427-1, which means one guy is having an awkward day. I think we have a picture of the holdouts. Now, so unlike Ilhan Omar's wedding pictures, these documents are going to be public. But what does this vote really mean? Besides a few people suddenly booking one-way flights to Cuba.
Guys, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate you guys. I'm seeing that number go up, dude. It's 10K. We just hit 10K a couple days ago. Already at 10,274. Love it, dude. Thank you for supporting me. I have a Discord. If you guys want to chat off stream, we have a very active Discord as well. There's no subscription. There's no charge for it. It's a free Discord. You can just land on it, jump in it, and we can start chatting. So we talk there off stream. We share clips. We share information. We talk about stuff. We debate stuff. You guys want to debate right now? You can call. You can go to my Discord. Jump into a voice chat. You'll be live with me literally right now. So anybody wants to do that, let's go, baby. Let's go live, and we can talk about whatever it is. You want to debate something? Anybody have something to say? You want to debate some topic with me? Let's go. I'll take it easy on you if you want me to. I'll go hard if you want me to. I'm down for whatever. Let's go. Adrian Lacerva says, just subscribe. Thank you, bro. Good look. Or Adriana, sorry. Thank you, girl. Good looking out. Thank you. Thanks for supporting. Honestly, Discord is a lot of fun if you want to jump on there. We got a lot going on there. I'm definitely down to do a debate, bro. If you guys want, or if you guys just want to jump on and shoot the shit, say hello. Even if you agree with me, you're welcome to jump on there right now.
Democrat Rep. Stacey Plaskett may just have given us a preview. She was caught colluding with Epstein to hurt Trump during a hearing, and she's still on the House Intel Committee. Well, that's probably a coincidence, like when I'm always clearing my browser history before my wife comes home. But watch as one lying dope tries to
Junior, what's up, bro? Thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate you, bro. Good looking out. Thank you.
down her crimes.
They want to give them another headline, which is that they've arraigned a Democratic member for taking a phone call from her constituent, Jeffrey Epstein, in the middle of a hearing. And of course, I don't think there's any rule here against taking.
He just called Jeffrey Epstein a constituent? What's going on, bro? Look at these lunatics, bro. Look at these people. What's up, WorldNet?
Phone calls in a hearing.
Oh, okay. So Jeffrey Epstein was her constituent. That's like calling OJ your marriage counselor. But there's more, because the great thing about Dems, their plans for Trump always blow up in their faces. Or pants. Like when Schumer was asked why we didn't hear about the files when Biden was in office. His answer is pure idiot gold.
Why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding?
where is it at? Taka says, how do I find you on Discord? What name? Dude, if you go here, I'll send you a link in the chat. But also, if anybody wants to know where my Discord is, you go to my YouTube channel page on links. There's a link right there. It just takes you straight to it. You can jump in, bro.
Seems like you answered a totally different question. You know, like when my writers ask why their paychecks are late, and I reply, this is my pet Doberman, and he bites complainers. Still, just like the Russian collusion hoax, some think it could spell the end of Trump.
His body language is so extraordinary. I wonder if this is the event, the kind of singularity or the apex kind of predator, and that is people start fleeing from him.
I think I don't know. I feel like we're going to have President J.D. Vance by the end of 2026. I get it, but he is the vice president.
You think this ends his presidency prematurely?
Yes. He'll be sick. He'll be that. Yeah. I do. I think he's not going to make it to the end. Be careful.
My God, those two combined couldn't make one brain. What did he say? He said singularity, apex predator in the same sentence. They don't even mean the same thing, you weirdo. I'm thinking this prediction will age worse than that Bruce Jenner book, I Will Never Become a Woman. Okay, he's basing this on body language. These are the same people who somehow miss Joe Biden's body language. He tumbled down 2 flights of stairs and they'd call it rhythmic gymnastics. But already the Dems must have regrets. Obama official Larry Summers says he's leaving the public eye after emails revealed he took advice from Epstein on picking up chicks. What's next for him? Getting travel tips from the 9/11 hijackers? I knew it would hit. Hakeem Jeffries now must explain why he begged for money from Epstein after being convicted as a sex offender. And Jasmine Crockett actually claimed Lee Zeldin received money from Jeffrey Epstein, neglecting to point out it's a different Jeffrey Epstein. But Crockett's deliberate error points out the risk of this document dump. It's not about the emails, it's about what the Dems and the media will do with them, as they happily put the guiltless in the crosshairs. People will be punished for their proximity, like a small village when Joy Behar does a cannonball. Now, thank you. Now, I bet you're wondering, am I in these emails?
No, you're good, bro, Random. We heard this already. I just want to hear it again. And I got another one. I got something else to do.
To be fully transparent, I guess I should tell you I am. But I want you to see them here first so you don't get surprised and are disgusted and you lose your trust in me. So here's the first one. Hey, Jeffrey, I think this sex trafficking ring is bad. B-A-D. And those aren't my cufflinks you found in the hot tub. Here's another one. Jeffrey.
And by the way, this is a reel I just posted today, bro, on my Instagram. Check this out.
You find ridiculous.
Let's do that. Let's play from the beginning.
Black History Month, you find ridiculous. Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism?
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man. I know you as Mike Wallace. You know me as Morgan Freeman. You want to say, well, I know this white guy named Mike Wallace. You know what I'm saying?
Black.
That's what we're talking about, bro. That's what it is. Morgan Freeman was on to something, dude. He was on to it, bro. He knows what's up. You've been lied to life. Every time we lower the rate, the government ends up collecting more. Think about this for a second. The top 1% of earners pay over 40% of all taxes. The top 20% pay over 72% of all taxes. And get this, the top 50% of earners in our country pay over 97% of all taxes. Did you guys know that? A lot of you guys don't know that, especially you guys on the left. The top 50% of our country pays over 90% of our taxes. I think it's 97% of our taxes. So when you lower taxes, what happens? People work more, invest more, start more businesses, and expand operations. When the taxes are high, people hide income, delay income, or use tax shelter. Exactly. When taxes are high, people that make good money find other things to do with their money that are not taxable. That's what they do. That's why when you have Zoran Mamdani come in and say, I'm going to tax the rich people 2 more, 3 more %, and I'm going to get free this and free that to everybody else, it doesn't work. Actually, when here's how historically it goes every time. The more you tax people, the more you increase the rate, the lower your tax revenue is. When capital gains are low, people end up selling assets more freely. What's up, Trinity? Because they're not taxed as much on them. Now, this is all true, and it happened throughout our country's history. It happened with JFK, Reagan, Bush, and Trump. And get this, under Reagan, tax revenue collected by our government nearly doubled as a result of lowering the rates. So when you hear people saying, let's tax the rich and charge more taxes, you're actually asking for the government to collect less tax revenue. You literally.
You're just being too emotional. You need to go drink a big old cold tall glass of get over it. President Trump was duly elected president of the United States. He was in a free election. And the American people spoke. And some of my colleagues are upset about that. In fact, they hate the president so much, they've shut down government. They hate him so much that if President Trump came out in favor of breathing to live, they would hold their breath. It's not rational. You're just being too emotional. You need to go.
In the chat here, who is it? Jeremy Harris says the rich are leaving New York City like crazy. Jeremy, even if the rich don't leave, he's right. But even if the rich don't leave New York City, the people that are being taxed more are going to find other things to do with their money than things that will basically charge them more tax. They will find other things that are not taxable or taxed at a lower rate. That's what they'll do. That's the whole thing about it.
Barack Obama.
Oh, I think it's classic left ideology. And by the way, he's spreading, he wants to spread Joe the Plumber's wealth around. He's not spreading his wealth around. We all know about his half-brother in Africa who is living in dire poverty. It's been fascinating to me, these various people who want to spend the taxpayers' money, but who, when it comes to charitable giving and so forth on their own, have no idea of doing that. I don't know if you're familiar with the study that's been done of liberals and conservatives donating money and giving time as volunteers and donating blood and so on. And contrary to what everybody expected, the conservatives do more of all of those things. The study showed that if everyone donated blood at the same rate at which conservatives donate blood, there'd be 45% more blood donated in the United States than there is.
Did you guys hear that? If everyone donated blood at the rate of conservatives, we would have 45% more blood donations in our country.
And also, weren't you struck by the Joe Biden's tax forms when they were released? He's had an income that's roughly triple that of Sarah Palin, and yet his charitable contributions have been much smaller.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Barack Obama.
Hell yeah, man. Someone's got to do. Oh, here's my mom, dude. Remember my mom? Did anybody miss my mom when she came on my stream? Here's my mom when someone called her a moron, dude. Check this out. The person came in the chat. He said, look at these two morons.
Okay.
He called you a moron. What do you think about that guy calling you a moron?
I like it, and I guess we have a lot of morons like me. There is, if they call people that they're positive and wanting good things for the government and people, then if you're morons, then we're morons. What can I say?
Mom, I think you're being too nice to him, but I like how you said it.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's what I really think, because if things that we are doing is bad, if, the things that I'm thinking, if he thinks I'm moron, then let him think I'm moron, and he's good. He can go vote for Biden and what is the other one?
Kamala Harris.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a problem. I know what I like, and I am not afraid of saying it.
I love it. They love you in the dude. She says I'm not. I know what I like, and I'm not afraid of saying it. Love that, dude. W mom, bro. W mom. Love that. And this is for you, lefties in the chat. This is for you guys, bro.
Yeah, but what do you mean by beta male?
A beta male is a male who look like a man but think like a woman, and that's you.
Let's go.
Yeah, but what do you mean by beta male?
A beta male is a male who look like a man but think like a woman, and that's you. Beta male. Beta male.
Oh, here we go.
The average female who gets no...
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
The average female who gets no free food from the government is 146 pounds. The average SNAP recipient is 211 pounds. Nobody could benefit from a nice fast more than the SNAP recipient. The average female.
That's what we're talking about, guys. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is Mr. and Mrs. Medication right here. All right, guys. We're never going to forget this.
Military person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.
Military person.
Trinity, dude, they need it, bro. They need it fast. Hell yeah. W. Jesse Lee Peterson, guys. Hell yeah, bro. Here we go.
So you a gay?
I'm gay.
I didn't know you were gay.
So you a gay?
So you a gay? So you a gay? I didn't know you were gay. So you a gay?
I'm gay.
I didn't know you were gay.
Yeah, well, I just told you.
How did you become gay?
One doesn't become gay. One is born that way.
And so, have you been with men?
Of course.
Like sexually?
Yes. Really? Yes.
That's mind-blowing.
This is mind-blowing for you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because I never expected a priest and a father of Epiphany Church to be gay.
That sounds like you're coming from the assumption. What's look gay mean?
You know, switchy and soft looking.
Really? That's what you call stereotyping.
Oh, but
that's called. That's like if I were to say to you, "Well, you're black. Where's your fried chicken?"
I was at the house, and I can't wait to get home to eat it.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. That's what we're talking about. That's it, baby. Should we do a little Jesse Lee Peterson and close it out? Should we do it? JLP? Close it out?
Back at it again, and we have another one with Jesse Lee
Peterson. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Let's do the good ones, bro. The good ones, bro.
You just described a black person.
I'm a coward. I'm a liar. I'm a cheat. And basically lazy.
Oh, maybe because you're black. You just described a black person. No, a feminine man is a weak man because he's a woman. He's a beta.
No, he's not, Jesse.
Yeah, he's a beta.
No, he's not.
He is a beta.
I can't believe I'm being bullied right now on live on the air.
Disagreeing and complaining about the Jews.
I had a lot of.
Are they white supremacists?
No.
I'm sorry?
That was a mixed answer. I grew up with a lot of Jewish folk. I complain about them from.
You're in denial, bro. You're not an honest man.
I am honest. You're not.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
Yeah, work real hard.
No, they don't. That's not true.
They do landscape.
That's not true. They don't work very hard. That's a lie too.
That's a lie.
That is a lie.
That's a lie. That's my. I got a button for that too.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
I need that button for all the liberals, bro. They just keep lying on our stream, bro.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Just see that.
That's a lie.
And you say you.
That's a lie.
This is where I got it.
No, that's a lie.
I tell you what, that you
just lie.
You up there in my face? You coon. You nothing but a coon.
You call me. True, they don't work very hard. That's a lie too.
No, that's not a lie.
That is a lie.
And just see that.
That's a lie.
And you say you.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
You not.
What the? That's amazing. What the?
Person,
no, that's a lie.
I tell you what, that you up there in
just
my
lie.
face. You up there in my face? You coon.
You won't say it out of my face.
Uncle Tom. That's all you are.
You a beta male.
You a beta.
She has a right, and so does the unborn child.
Okay, and so when those interests are competing, whose interests
They're
are
not competing.
Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor?
Only in the ego mind
Are you a
of the
doctor?
selfish woman that want to kill the child.
So a
you
woman,
don't have to be a doctor to know that, man.
I love it. Guys, with that, we're going to close out the show for tonight. It's 10 o'clock in Southern California. It's a beautiful night, and Miss Medication is calling. And it's time to go. Time to go get some work done for my stuff that I got, my business stuff, and then get some reading time. I got to read some Thomas Sowell, guys. If you're not working out, go to the gym, work out. If you're not reading, pick up a book and start reading. If you're not using your brain, you're not exercising your body, you're not doing it, dude. You got to get on it. Stay on it, guys. I'm doing it. You should too. There's no excuses. Find some time. Pencil it in. Let's go. Nail it down. Let's go, baby. Love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you guys. Always have so much fun with you guys. Best part of my day. And I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys later.